Hey, it's Jim. Listen, have you ever gone out, started a podcast, and then let life get in the way and you never really went past episode 4? Well, that happened to me. Well, it didn't really happen to me because I made it to episode 5, but episode 5 never got published because I went and got married, then I went on a honeymoon, then I decided to grow my business, just the normal stuff. Anyway, this is a special last minute introduction to the 5th episode of Mosier Talks that never got published, and we're going to start following it up with some more coming right up after this. So here it is in all its glory, the original episode 5. All right, we're back with Mosier Talks episode 5. Today we're going to do our own little MythBusters show talking about some marketing myths. Stay tuned. So we have customers that come in from time to time and they're wanting to get a quote on a website, and inevitably the talk goes to search engine optimization and to getting better traffic and that sort of thing. And one of the things that I'm surprised that we actually hear is because it's a strategy that doesn't really work, and it's never really worked, is that people think that if they go out and they buy all these random domain names that have their keywords in them, they're automatically going to do better on Google search. So like if you're an air conditioning company, if you buy air conditioning Lakeland, air conditioning repair Lakeland, air conditioning units Lakeland, air conditioning truck Lakeland, whatever it is that you buy, and you think that, oh wow, if I buy all these domain names, then I'm going to come up on the Google searches, and that's a big fat negative, ghostwriter. What happens when you buy all those Google names, all those domain names, is that you just prevent somebody else from buying them. That's all that really happens. Now, there are some exceptions. If you have a domain name, there's a good solid domain name that's been around for years and used to hold a new #1 Google search position, and you can buy that and redirect it to you, then you might get a little bit of link juice for it, but that kind of scenario is pretty few and far between. What happens is when somebody types in a Google search, Google is going to look for active pages on the internet that are relevant to that query. So if you buy a domain name and you have no content on it, all you do is redirect it to another site, Google's going to treat it like it doesn't even exist. You're not even going to come up in the search results. And that's intentional, and it's a good thing, because if you think about it, Google search results are all about relevancy. What is the most relevant thing that Google can display to you when you're searching for something? Because nothing gets more frustrating than when you Google something or you search for something and you get 5 pages of stuff that doesn't even apply to what you type. That's what they're trying to avoid, and that's how they make Google a better product. That's also why that domain strategy just won't work. Now, it is a good idea sometimes, if you think that you're in a pretty competitive niche, it is a good idea to go ahead and buy those things just so nobody else can get them. I'm not saying that that's a bad strategy, but if you're expecting to get any kind of SEO value from it at all, it's just not going to happen. So since we're on the subject of Google and most relevant and everything like that, one of the things I do want to address is SEO. There seems to be a lot of misconceptions about what exactly SEO is. Now, granted, the actual definition of the acronym is search engine optimization, but what does that really mean? Okay, so in simplicity, you could say that means coming up #1 in the search engines. Well, great, that's the super simple version. That's kind of like when my dad used to hit a golf ball, and he'd be like, just hit it down the cart track and then cut it to the left. Who knows how to do that, right? So, well, my dad did, just for the record. Anyway, so search engine optimization, there's a lot of different facets to it. There's organic search engine optimization, which is where you might have a site that you want to rank on a very national broad level for a particular keyword or phrase. And then there's local search engine optimization, which is where you have a business in a locality and you want that business to come up in results when somebody is searching for businesses like it near you. That second one is called local SEO, as I said, and that generally has a few different components. On page, and when I say on page, I mean the content of your website does play a role in both types of searches and both types of results. However, there are a lot of factors that you can control outside of just your on-page factors in a local SEO search. And what I mean by that is Google, for instance, has Google My Business, and Bing has Bing Places for Business. Both of those are a place where you can go, and it doesn't cost you anything. I mean, we do it as a convenience for clients. I mean, we charge a minimal fee, but it's a place where you can go and you can actually claim your business. And they're going to, when you say claim your business, you go and you find your business on there. And if you haven't claimed it, you'll see a little link that says, is this your business? And you click that, you answer a few questions, and then they're going to verify that you actually own the business. And they're going to do that usually by either a phone call or a postcard. And then once you claim that, you actually can go in there and you can add relevant information about your company. You can upload pictures, you can adjust your address, make any corrections there. And then all of a sudden you become eligible to show up in those map results. Now, if you want to be in the top 3, if you're in a competitive industry, there's probably a little bit more to it than just filling out your profile. But for a good part of the people watching, just filling out your profile is going to be enough to get you started. That's a good place to start. The other thing is called citations. Citations work with local SEO is it's all about authority, okay? So if you have 50 different directories out there on the website, and each one of them has a different name, address, or phone number, what we would call the NAP information on your profiles, doesn't match everywhere, then nobody really knows, or there's no real authority saying, okay, this is the authoritative answer of where is this business, who they are, and what they do, right? But when you go and you utilize a service like the one we offer, shameless plug, to normalize all those and get them all pointing to the same thing, make sure that they're all the same exact name, spelled the exact same way, same address, spelled the exact same way, same phone number, spelled the exact same way, same website, linked to the same way every time, then all of a sudden that builds that authority of this is the business. Well, that along with your map listings work hand in hand to promote, hey, this is a local business. There are some other things that you can do. When I said the on-page factors influence local searches as well, there's a lot of programs out there that allow you to insert what they call microdata or schema into your website. And that allows you to insert actually your physical address, your GPS coordinates, a lot of stuff like that into your website. It allows you to link your website to your social profiles in sort of a back-end sort of way, so it knows that this website is associated with this Facebook page and that sort of thing. That helps as well. And so that, I know, is a lot of stuff that may or may not make sense to you about local SEO. But there are some technicalities behind it. But you notice nowhere in me talking about local SEO, and now that I'm going to transition into just regular search engine optimization, organic SEO, nowhere am I talking about stuffing keywords on the page for Google. A lot of people will say, how many times should I say local florist at my copy on my website? And the answer is however many it makes sense. Like, you don't want to put something in your website and repeat it over and over and over and over and over just to try and game the search engine, because that's a tactic that the search engines are smart enough to know, and they'll penalize you for it. And if they don't penalize you for it, then they just may not rank your website. And why should they? I mean, if you're going to click onto just think about it this way. If you were going to find your site in a search result, what would you want to see after you click that would compel you to do business with you? And the answer to that isn't lawnmower repair, lawnmower repair, lawnmower repair, lawnmower repair, lawnmower repair. The answer to that is maybe, we service Murray, we service Tory Built, we service, what have you. That's what's relevant, because people that are looking for lawnmower repair probably want to know one of 2 or 3 things. 1, where are you? 2, do you come to me? Do I come to you? 3, how do I get a hold of you? 4, how much do you charge? That's probably about the extent of what they need, because chances are you have somebody that is their lawnmower is either broken or just broke, or they need a part for it because it's not made anymore, or what have you, whatever that is. And you can, by the way, as a follow-up to last week's podcast, if you downloaded our persona worksheet, you will be able to recognize when people are doing searches like that, and you'll be able to write content specifically for them, and that makes you super relevant for Google searches. Anyway, I feel like I'm going kind of all over the page here, but the idea of it is number one, don't try and game the search engines. Doing it by trying to register a bunch of spammy domains, that's not going to work. Trying to create a spammy looking page that repeats the same phrases over and over and over without any kind of clear purpose for that page being there, that's not going to work either. Putting your schema in there, making sure that your address, phone number, and website are consistent all over the place, that will work. Anyway, till next time, I'm Jim Mosier. This is Mosier Talks. See ya. Okay. That's a great start.
Liking it?
Oh, that's a great start. You know, will the real Slim Shady please stand up, you know, type thing, because who knows which one is the correct one. Don't laugh at me.
You just said that.
And it was out loud.
What was out loud?
What you just said.
Go back to it.